Hi, I'm Dr. John Acquaviva, Professor of Exercise Science at Wingate University. Welcome to this edition of The Fitness Doctor. For over 20 years, I've been involved in fitness and exercise, both as a professor and as a practitioner. My aim is to help people enhance their fitness, lose weight, and improve their overall health. We all know that a fitness regimen is good for us, but fitness is only a part of good health. And sometimes we neglect other aspects of health, what we call the aspects of wellness. Many organizations and companies now have a wellness coordinator on staff to address every component of health. Today's show takes a closer look at the wellness coordinator's job. I want to welcome Heather DeLange, the wellness coordinator here at Wingate University. Welcome.
Thank you.
First, Heather, explain the role of the wellness coordinator. Just tell us what you do here at Wingate.
All right. Well, as the wellness coordinator, I work with, obviously, the staff and faculty to create programs for healthy living. This includes, first of all, working with the student health director to find out what are the diseases and what are the chronic conditions that are on campus,
Sure.
What are prevalent, what's present, what are people suffering from, and then taking that information and creating programs for the faculty and staff. Now, it's a good idea to remember that a cookie cutter program isn't going to work. You can't just say, I'm going to create a fitness program and everyone's going to take part in it. It's actually getting to know the faculty and staff and knowing what kind of programs that would interest them
Sure.
and creating programs based on the needs and also their wants.
Now, how do you find out their needs? Like, what do you do to collect this information?
A lot of it is through the Human Resources Department and the Student Health Department because they do go to the nurse for their wellness visit. Mm-hmm. So through information that we get, we're able to find out what are the chronic conditions on campus. Sure. And then I'll do surveys or Google Docs and try to figure out what can we do to help combat these diseases by what would interest them.
Now, without getting too personal to the the information that is provided mm-hmm. to you, what are some of the conditions or illnesses that folks deal with that you as the wellness coordinator can directly address?
Mm-hmm. What we find is that a lot of the conditions that are on campus right now are can be modified through lifestyle behavior changes. Sure. So things like type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, a lot of these can be modified through a change in the diet and change in exercise habits. Sure. So by knowing that, we know that we can make simple changes by creating like a fitness program, nutritional counseling, stress reduction programs, and a lot of these minor changes can actually help cure a lot of these lifestyle Sure. diseases.
And this leads to the question, your biggest challenge. What is, now you've been here, this is about the 4th month you've mm-hmm. been here, right, in this role. Mm-hmm. And since that time, what has been your biggest challenge?
Well, there's 2 biggest challenges, I would say, as the wellness coordinator. The first one is there's just so much misconception, and a lot of that comes from the media and from things that we read and we hear. Are carbs good for you or are they bad for you? Is caffeine good or bad? Red meat, and people just, I feel like, are very, very confused Sure. because you hear so much information. They're just unsure of how am I supposed to eat or how am I how am I supposed to exercise? Sure. So there's a lot of confusion, and a lot of times that confusion causes people to just say, throw in the towel and don't want to have to figure it out. The second challenge I have, and I'm very much this kind of person as well, is people have this kind of like all or nothing attitude. Yeah. So when they decide that I want to get healthy, it's I'm going to cut out all my carbs, I'm going to work out 7 days a week, I'm giving up all my sweet tea, I am going, completely clean now. And that kind of attitude and that kind of mindset is actually setting you up for failure because you're setting the expectations so high. So it's just changing your mindset to say, maybe this week I'm going to replace my soda with water, or this week I'm going to walk 3 times a week, or just try to make simple changes that will yield big results.
Well, let's address both of those challenges mm-hmm. Just in reverse order. So continuing on with that, yeah. So if somebody wants to make, say, several changes, mm-hmm. And that's a great one because that's something that I always profess as well. If you want to stop drinking soda, mm-hmm. even if it's part of the time, just yeah. substitute water in mm-hmm. there. Mm-hmm. And at what point would you say, okay, this behavior change has been conquered, let's move on to the next thing on your checklist. Mm-hmm. So using the water substitute, how long would you suggest somebody to do that before they move on to the next challenge?
They say it takes 3 weeks to make a habit. Okay. What I like to do is I'll sit down with someone first week and say, let's pick out 2 or 3 things we can change, really, sure. really simple things. So maybe this week we do 1 dietary change by replacing 3 sodas a week with 3 waters. And maybe this week we take 3 30-minute walks, and that's it, and that's your goal. It has to be very small, very attainable, very easy to do. But building on that success, you start to feel like, okay, I can do this. You met all my goals this week, and let's continue on and start making other small goals. So we'll continue with those goals and just add another one in there. This week we're going to do exactly what we did last week, but we're going to add in having 2 salads for dinner.
Got it.
And so we just kind of add on to that. So kind of breaking that all or nothing mindset and realize that small changes and small successes yield big results.
So the 3-week mark is kind of like a passageway into success, or at least the more likelihood.
Yeah, research has shown that it has. So.
And you pretty much stick to that, not necessarily to the day, but somewhere around the 3-week period is the person might be ready to move on to the next.
Yep, and it's amazing. It's just 3 weeks. You really can, only that small amount of time you can form really great habits.
Sure, but for some people to cut out sweet tea for a day, it's a big deal.
Yes.
So let alone 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Or for exercise for 3 weeks, that's a really big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Folks like you and I have been, exercise has been a part of our daily lives for literally years now.
Yeah.
For somebody else that hasn't worked out at all or is starting for the first time in a long time, 3 weeks is a really big barrier. In fact, you and I are, I'm sure, in agreement on this, that just get through the first couple days, right? Like work out maybe one out of the next 2 days and you're ready to move
and that's what we try to say is, don't try to work out every day this week. Just pick 2 days, and once you get in the habit of maybe 2 mornings a week you get up early and work out, then you just build on those successes and maybe make it 3 times next week. Excellent.
Okay, let's go back to the first one. You mentioned myths. Give some specific examples, because you mentioned about carbs, which is all carbs are bad and so forth, but give some specific examples on how you try to debunk those myths. How do you address that here in your position?
Well, I think that people write all these diet books like the Atkins book or the Zone Diet or South Beach Diet, and everybody is individualized. Everybody is a different person. So what might have worked for Dr. Atkins by not eating no carbs isn't going to necessarily work for somebody else. Maybe someone who has a very active lifestyle, they need those carbs for energy. So that's not going to necessarily work for them. So first, taking into account and having the mindset that everybody's different. Everybody has own needs, their lifestyles are different, their genetics are different, and then realizing too that educating people, what do carbs do? Because I feel like carbs is probably the most controversial one. And as soon as you look at somebody's food journal and you're like, you should probably eat some carbs in here, they're like, no, can't eat carbs. Carbs, make me gain weight. But in reality, if you're eating the right kind of carbs and eating the right types of foods, they'll actually do, you'll do well with that kind of food. So it's depending on what's the difference between a refined and a whole grain. What kind of carbs do I need to eat?
Now, addressing the students versus, say, addressing the faculty, my guess is that you have different avenues to kind of do your job, so to speak. Like, name some of the ways that you've directly, addressed some of what you do. For instance, how did you let the students know that there's this position on campus? Like, how do you let them know that?
No, there's a wellness coordinator position on campus.
Yeah.
I think they see me a lot. They see me in the gym. They see me working with
people.
Teach
a lot of classes, of course.
Yeah. Yep. And so they'll see me. I do a lot of personal training or teaching group exercise classes or doing faculty, staff, like walking groups. And so they see me around, and a lot of times they'll ask me, like, what were you doing the other day in the weight room? Or what were you doing over there? I saw you over there. And so they kind of know that that's, part of my lifestyle, and that's kind of, working with these people. That's part of the job.
Got it.
And it's actually opened up a lot of doors. I've had a lot of students say, I saw you working with that person. Would you mind giving me some exercise tips? Or would you mind helping me with my diet or helping me with some things? So I think it's really good because it kind of makes me more available to my students as well.
Absolutely. And this maybe is a lead into the next question, and that is, what's the most rewarding aspect of your job? What have you experienced here that has been really positive?
Well, I think obviously, people have goals, like I want to get off my high blood pressure medicine, or I want to lose weight, or I want to have more energy. And, accomplishing the goals are obviously a very rewarding aspect of the job. But more importantly than that, I think it's just a day in and day out. For instance, people who have more confidence or just feel better about themselves from the changes they've made.
And they shared this with you.
Yeah. And I think the biggest example I can give you is our walking group. We do it at 11 o'clock in the, and kind of right in the midday. And a lot of times we'll gather together in the DPC and then walk for about 2 miles. And when we meet, everyone's a little frazzled and saying it was really hard to leave my desk today, or I have just a crazy day today, or I'm feeling really stressed out. And then we just kind of talk and we walk for about a half hour. We get back and everyone's laughing and having a good time. And it just seems like burden's been lifted off them. I think just being outdoors and getting some sunlight and being able to talk and exercise and those just little things day in and day out is really rewarding part of my job.
And when you have this walking group, there will be more students, more faculty, more...
Just faculty and staff, yep.
So only open to faculty
Yep,
and staff, got it.
exactly. Such a little break in the middle of your day, a half hour.
Sure.
And we have pedometers, we mark our steps. And
awesome. And you go with them every day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so fair, right?
No, I make sure they stay on course.
Let's go see that tree, come
back,
walk around there and come back.
Oh yeah, I'm there, I'm mapping it out. We're having, this is how far we walk today, this is our pace, and it's fun.
Awesome. And just out of curiosity, the highest number of people that you've had in this group is how many?
I think about 6.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
so,
good.
but we're going strong, and
in fact, last year at this time there was none.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It wasn't such a program. Yeah.
Exactly. So we're hoping more. And I think too, once the weather starts to pick up in the spring, we kind of started in late October.
Yeah.
So hopefully in the spring we'll have some more people.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Only a couple minutes left, but one of the things that I wanted to allow you to address is tell us, in addition to like this walking program, some of the other specific programs that you've instilled since you've been here in August.
Okay. Well, I started off with personal training with clients one-on-one, and I still do train some clients one-on-one a couple times a week.
Now, to our viewers,
yeah.
Tell the folks how much you charge for these personal training sessions.
A very hefty cost. I'm a hakamatari, No, it's actually free for faculty and staff, which is nice.
Perfect price, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I think with time-wise, it's hard sometimes to do one-on-one. So I've been trying to implement more group training sessions.
Yes.
So we started the walking group Monday, Wednesday at 11. I do one-on-one consultations. So if you just had your wellness visit and you would like to start working through one-on-one, we do a lot of maybe we meet once a week and just see how your week went, make mini goals, a lot of just like counseling. And then I started yoga class on Thursdays at 5:15 and the racquetball court, doing yoga, just some de-stress at the end of the day. We actually stopped that for the rest of the semester, but we'll start back up in January. So those are kind of 3, and then we do lunch and learns once a month. From 11 to 11:30, usually at the end of the month. We'll have a speaker come in from the hospital or from the school of pharmacy or just from wherever to speak about a topic relevant to that month. So Diabetes Awareness Month was November, so we had someone come in and talk about diabetes, breast cancer for October. So.
And what's the next one that's coming up? So
we would like to do something about New Year's resolutions and ways to stick to your resolution, especially healthy eating tips, working out, something more fitness and nutrition based for January.
Great.
So.
Great. And just the last thing, what's like a motto or two that, and short of sounding or being corny, what's something that you've kind of gripped onto personally? Because you and I have had enough discussions to know that you are you're regular with working out and you live the position that you have here at the university, and you take your job seriously. What's kind of like a tip that you could give just to everyday viewer to put them on a better path of health?
I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that small changes yield big results, and it doesn't have to be this whole lifestyle change. You have to, cut out all your good food, and you never, can eat a cookie again or drink sweet tea again. And just knowing that, small little changes will yield big results. I think people sometimes think that because, and they may probably think this about you as well, because you have worked out for a while and you feel comfortable in the gym and you try to make exercise a priority, it doesn't mean that life doesn't get in the way and you have busy days and you can't make it to the gym and you do eat unhealthy sometimes and stuff, but it's just learning that days when I can't get to the gym and things come up that, maybe I'll take a 20-minute walk that day and that'll be fine. And just knowing that just small little things, if I just try not to eat dessert, a couple of days, or just small little changes can really yield big results.
That's right. It's not only what we do, but on days we can't work out, it's what we don't do, and that is avoiding some of the things that trigger other bad eating habits or things like that. Yeah, that's good.
Exactly. So I think just.
And I noticed that you mentioned sweet tea a couple times, and I like the way that you're talking to our audience here
Yes.
in the South. So, good stuff. Yes. Listen, that's all we have time for. I want to thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I would like to have you back, and we can talk about more stuff because I think there's so many things to talk about under that wellness umbrella that you chatted about. Stay tuned. After the break, we'll meet the manager of a well-known local health club. Welcome back to The Fitness Doctor. Fitness in America is an estimated $25 billion industry. With the increased interest in lifelong fitness, we can expect this industry to continue to grow. One well-established fitness club in this area is the Monroe Aquatics and Fitness Center. We now welcome Shannon Little, the marketing director for this facility. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, John.
Tell us first about what you do in your job as the marketing director. And also you're involved in sales too, right?
Correct. My job primarily is to promote the center. externally and internally. That's working with potential members and giving them a bird's eye view of what we have to offer, and then with our members as well, as far as programs and what they would like to see at the center.
So if I'm a new member, you're the first person I would see. If I walk to the front desk and I would say, I think I want to join this club, they would send me to you.
Sure. They would send me to me, or the front desk staff would handle it. They would take them on a tour, let them see the facility, see if it's a good fit for them. If they have any more questions, they can come to me and in detail.
And what do you deal more with, marketing or with membership?
Ooh, probably marketing.
Okay.
Our staff handles our members well. They have a great relationship. If there's any issues, they'll come to me. We have a lot of members that come up with a lot of great ideas for programs, so they'll come to me.
Interesting. And then the reason you mentioned that is sometimes if it fits your scope of programs, then you'll adopt that.
Correct.
Can you name something in particular in the last, say, 6 months that somebody's come to you and you guys have actually adopted it?
Well, a couple of years ago, I participated in the Ramblin' Rose, which is a women's only mini triathlon.
Got it.
Well, some of the other members heard about it, and they also participated, and they said, hey, we should get a group together.
Sure.
So what we did was this past year, we started a mini triathlon training program for our members, for the women only, and that brought huge success. We had 50 to 60 women signed up for that, and half of them participated in the race. They did great.
That's fantastic.
So little things like that, our members have great ideas.
Now, give the viewer, or our viewers, I should say, a good idea of how big a facility we're working with. Both talk about how big it is, what you guys offer, at least in general, and also how many members you have.
Okay. Well, we established the facility in 1998. When we opened the doors, we opened to 5,000 members. Today, we have roughly 16,000. We'll see up to 18 or 19 in the summer because of our outdoor water park.
Sure.
But what I like to tell new members is that we offer basically 3 things for your membership fee. We offer the indoor facility, the outdoor water park, and the on-site wellness center, which is sponsored by Presbyterian Matthews.
Okay.
The indoor facility hosts an indoor heated pool. We also have jacuzzi, steam room, and dry sauna.
Which everybody wants to hear about.
Yes, everyone loves that area. We also have a double gymnasium, an indoor walking track, 2 racquetball courts, a fitness center, weight room, cardio equipment. It's about 14,000 square feet. Aerobic studios. We have 3. Sometimes on Saturdays we open up the gym, so we actually have 4. And then we have the water park. Now the wellness center is sponsored by Presbyterian Matthews. We have 2 nurses on site Monday through Friday afternoon. Mm-hmm. They will work with you with any issues that you have. When you come in, say for New Year's Eve, if you're thinking about joining for New Year's resolutions,
Sure.
if you're thinking about joining, you want to get fit, say you want to lose like 20 pounds.
Sure.
You really want to lose that weight, but you're not sure how to do it. So what we do is we say, okay, we'd like for you to make an appointment with one of the nurses. They're going to prescribe for you a nutrition plan, a health plan. They're going to get you on your way to setting little mini goals to actually help you reach your goals. And they're there, time after time. You can just stop in and see them or make an appointment, and they'll work with the families. They work with children. They're great.
Awesome. And this is optional, correct? So if I come in
Right.
and I want to just involve myself in your weight training area and maybe do some aerobics, I can forego that, or I can actually go to see the nurses and they can just help me kind of formulate a plan.
Correct.
And some testing is done as a result of this, right? Is there, how do they, what's the most accurate way that they prescribe? Is there any type of testing that they do on the
They
client?
can do some screenings, say if you're diabetic or any issues, that they can do some screenings. They will send you to your doctor.
Sure.
and prescribe for you, the screenings that you need to help them. And the doctor will call one of the nurses and they'll assess what, goals need to be set for you, and they'll work together.
Sure.
You can forego all that. You can go straight to the fitness room or to the, you want to swim laps or you want to take an aerobics class. You can do all that on your own as well.
Sure. Yeah. And you mentioned you guys have been around since 1998.
Correct.
And tell me about the main aspects of growth that you've seen just in the last couple of years that has really attracted clients.
The main growth that we've seen, we went from 5,000 to, of course today it's a little over 16,000. the day we opened the door, our fitness room was actually in one of our studio rooms. So as soon as the door opened, they literally had to turn around and draw up plans to expand.
Sure.
So we've seen the fitness room expand twice. We've seen our child care rooms, we had 1, now we have 3.
Wow.
Aerobic rooms, we had 1, now we have 3. So we've seen huge growth in that area. We built a water park, so we're pretty much landlocked now. We've expanded as much as we can. We've even expanded the parking lots. So,
well, that leads to the next question then. So the expansion may not be so much as change that's going to occur. Like you might eliminate some programs and then add some others, but there's literally no physical growth that can occur now.
Right. There's no physical growth. And I think we pretty much have what you want in a fitness center. We have pretty much everything, that you would like to see. What we focus on now are the members themselves.
Sure.
What do they want to see? What can we do to help promote their health and wellness? So we do that by various programs from, 3-month-old, children to, I think our oldest member is 91.
Sure.
So, we have a program for everyone. So we focus on that. It's a way to educate them and make fitness fun.
Of course.
That I believe is what the problem is. When we think about fitness as adults, we think, oh my gosh, I don't want to go work out.
That's right. They think about just getting on a treadmill in a garage and
right.
Running
so
for
we
20
try to
minutes.
add a little flair to it. We try to grab the kids when they're young and change that mindset.
Sure.
And let them think that fitness is fun. We have Tots-er-Size programs. We have Kids Quest. We start with them. They're our little box of cereal. If we can get them, we can
Tell
get
me
them.
about one specific program. You mentioned Kids Quest.
Yes.
Okay, and what is Kids Quest?
We'll take the kids into the gym.
Mm-hmm.
It's a program, and it's really just mad, crazy games in the gym.
Okay. You said mad crazy.
Yeah,
but you mean
it's
that
just for
folks
the
are,
older
right?
kids.
'Cause some parents might be watching.
Right. Yeah. No. It's a dodgeball.
Okay.
Is what it is. We let them get a little wild in there and.
Maybe games that they wouldn't normally play in physics.
At home.
Yeah,
they
or
can't
at
play
home,
in the
that's
house,
right, yeah. Or in the
things
living
like
room,
that.
That's right.
Because in the wintertime, we need to get that energy out. We can do that, in the pool, but get them outside, get them in the gym, let them run around, get that 30 to 40 minutes exercise in.
Okay, so there's 3 to 91 in age, and there's around 16,000 members.
Right.
Is this even a safe question or a fair question to ask? What is the most popular single most popular program, or what are most people involved in? In other words, why do they belong to your center?
I don't think there's any one single program or amenity that we offer that's the most popular, because our memberships are broken out into such a wide age group.
Sure.
Our seniors make up 30% of our membership, and they rule the school in the morning. They're there, they're in the pool, they're in the fitness room early. Our children are pretty much during the day, and then the adults are in the evening.
Sure.
So since we offer so many things, like I'll give an example for the adults, we like to play games with our members. The last game we played was Fitness Bingo, and they loved that because that got them out of their routine.
Sure.
It was okay to make the letter M or A or F or C. You'll need to go to the racquetball courts and play racquetball for 15 minutes, or go to the gym and shoot hoops. Go to the jacuzzi, get a smoothie, go weigh yourself, go see the nurse.
There's
So
like
that
a
kind of
scavenger
breaks
hunt
them
of
out.
sort.
Right, they love it. They're like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna play this game, and of course we have prizes and everything. The next game we're gonna play is Couch to 5K. So that gets them ready for
5K.
5K
Which
in May.
for our viewers aren't experienced in either metrics or running, the metric system or running, it's 3.1 miles, right?
Correct.
Which is
Yes.
doable for virtually everybody.
That's right.
And have you guys run this program before, out of curiosity?
We have not. We chose this particular program for our new members and our existing members in January because we are going to host for the first time a 5K at the Aquatic Center.
So you guys
so-
will actually be hosting one of the
That's
many
right.
5Ks that is...
We'll have one in May, on May 16th. It's called the Dash and Splash. So this will help our members and give them the training that they need to go from the couch to running this 5K on May 16th.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you already mentioned quite a few of the programs that you guys offer, but what is some of the programs or a program that you guys have that really sets you apart from the other clubs in the area?
Well, we make sure that we do offer programs for every age. We have our children's programs, we have our seniors programs. We don't just want to reach them physically, we want to reach them mentally, spiritually. We want them to gather together in fellowship, share with each other. We have guest speakers come out and educate them. We tried, to encompass the entire body, not just physically.
Sure. In fact, our last guest, as the viewer will know, we were talking about wellness, and we were talking to our wellness coordinator here at Wingate. And although you folks are called a fitness center, it's really a wellness center, isn't it?
It is.
Because of what you just mentioned.
It is. It's a health and wellness center. With our on-site wellness center there, keeping track of our members and how well they're doing or how well they're not doing. It is really a family-oriented facility. We know our members well, and our members know us.
Sure.
And that's what keeps them coming back. I can't tell you how many times we've had members come up and say, where's John? He works Tuesdays and Thursdays in the stand. I haven't seen him lately.
Sure.
And the same with our staff. We haven't seen Hilma lately. Where has she been? Can you call and check on her?
Sure.
So I think having that connection, with them is also what sets us apart.
Sure. Well, we have a couple minutes left. There's one thing I want to ask you about, and this would be a great way to yet promote more of what you folks do, which I think is fantastic, and I like the fact that you guys respond to so much of what your clients ask for. Mm-hmm. And that is, the first of the year is when a lot of people like to make changes, and you folks have some programs planned to kind of address the New Year's resolutions type mentality. Talk a little bit about that.
We do. Like Heather was saying, it is difficult. You can set yourself a goal, but obtaining that goal and how to obtain it is what the challenge is. And that is nutrition and exercise. And how do we do it?
Yeah.
So, we offer several programs on nutrition. We have a great program that we offer through the Ag Center called Eat Smart, Move More, Weigh Less. And they meet once a week. It's a nominal fee. It's $25 for the entire program. They meet for about 8 weeks. And it teaches you how to read labels,
Sure.
how to pack smart lunches. Every week there's a different program that they'll learn about. And that's the key to success is education.
Yep.
And that's exactly what we try to do for our members of all ages.
And so if somebody were to join, say, right now, right around the first of the year, this would be offered to them soon or even currently?
Yes, this program starts in January. So this hits them right when they're ready.
Got it.
And we always host a no joining fee in January, to get them in the door. I know it's hard, but they've
Again,
got
this
those
year,
resolutions.
no joining fee?
No joining fee.
Just for the month of January?
And we'll probably roll it into February because we've seen a trend where the New Year's resolution motivation hasn't really kicked in until near the end of January. So we kind of go through February.
See, I don't know much about business, but a general suggestion would be to have this year round, and then you'd probably go from 16,000 to 32,000
Yes.
within no time at all.
That would be a good problem to have for me.
Listen, that's all we have time for. Thank you for being here on The Fitness Doctor for this
Thank
segment.
you.
I want to thank my guests, Heather DeLange and Shannon Little. Join us next time as we continue to talk about ways to help you stay fit and healthy here on The Fitness Doctor. And remember, people don't stop playing because they get old. They get old because they stop playing. See you next time.